Hi guys, welcome back to LMLM Crochet. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this sleepy crescent moon hanging ornament. As always for this project you're going to need your crochet hook, your yarn needle, your scissors, your yarn of course, and a little bit of toy stuffing. It begins, as most fantastic crochet projects do, with a magic ring. I have a video that goes into a lot more detail and slows this process right down for you if you're not sure how to make a magic ring. If not, I'll do it now for you as a quick reminder if you already know. So you're going to wrap the yarn around your hook into an X, pick up the piece on the right hand side, pull it over to the left, pick up this middle piece here, put your hook through it, take your finger out and pull through, make a loop, make a hook, stitch through, wrap the yarn around your hand, and into the center of that ring you're going to make single crochets. So we're going to do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then what you do is you pull on the tail end of the magic ring to close and create a circular shape. This yarn is quite thick. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go straight into that first stitch that we made, and we're going to make, it's always the fiddliest one, don't worry, don't let it put you off. We're going to make an increase into every single stitch around, so that means 2 single crochet into each stitch, and it might feel a bit tough to begin with, but you get used to it. It's perfectly normal. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 into the next stitch, 5, 6 into the next stitch, 7, 8 into the next stitch, 9, 10, and 11, 12. Just pull that tight. Okay, we're going to do another increase round, so this time we're going to get 12 all the way up to 18, and all that means is you increase in the first stitch, 2 single crochet, and both loops, 1, 2, and then in the next stitch just do 1 single crochet on its own for a count of 3. The next stitch is an increase, so 4 and 5. Next stitch is number 6 on its own. 7 and 8 go together, and 9 on its own. 10 and 11, and 12 on its own. 13, 14 together, and 15 on its own, and 16 and 17 together, and 18 on its own. And that's how you increase to 18. Okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to get 18 all the way up to 24. So what you need to do, the pattern you need to remember this time, is you do an increase as always your first stitch, helps you remember. So 1, 2, and then you're going to do 3 and 4 on their own as individual, and then 5 and 6 together again, so that's another increase, and 7 and 8 separate. So the pattern is increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, all the way around until you have a stitch count of 24. And that's what it should look like when you have 24 stitches. So now we're going to get 24 up to 30. So that means increase in the first stitch as always. And then in the next 3, you're just going to do a single crochet. So that's number 3, that's number 4, and that's number 5. And then increase again, followed by 3 single crochet. And you're just going to do that all the way around until you have a stitch count of 30. So in our next increase round, we are going to take 30 up to 36, just in the same way we have been doing. So add 1 more single crochet. So you're going to do an increase, 1, 2 in the first stitch, and then you're going to do 4 single crochet on their own. And another increase, and then 4 single crochet on their own all the way around until you have a stitch count of 36 this time. And now we need to take 36 up to 42. So we do increase followed by 5 single crochet all the way around until you have 42 stitches. So increase in the first stitch, 5 single crochet, and an increase, followed by 5 single crochet. So do that all the way around until you have stitch count of 42. And now we need to get 42 up to 48 in the same way. So we do increase, 1, 2, followed by 6 single crochet. And again, increase, followed by 6 single crochet all the way around until you have a stitch count of 48 stitches. Okay, so that's what it should look like when you have 48 stitches. So we're going to do something slightly different now. We're going to only increase at the top and the bottom of our work. So we have a stitch count of 48, which means to begin with, we need to divide that by 2. So that's 24, and we need to only increase when we count to increase when we count to 24. So we do 1 in the first stitch as always, and then 24 single crochet, I'll meet you around when you've done the 24. So this is my 24th single crochet, and now I'm going to do an increase in the 25th. 1, 2, and then all the way back round again to that beginning increase. So you should have done 22 single crochet to bring you back round to the top again, to that increased stitch that we did. So we're going to do the same thing again, but this time we've obviously increased to 50 stitches. So we're going to do an increase in the first stitch and then count 25 single crochet, and once you've done your 25th single crochet, you should be back at your first increase, your second increase, sorry. So you're going to increase again, and then you're just going to do single crochet all the way back round again to your initial increase. And that should have been 23 single crochet to bring you back round to the beginning again. So as you can see, we've got a slight point at the top and the bottom there, which is going to help to create that crescent moon shape. So what you need to do now is actually, just lift your hook out for 2 seconds, is actually fold your work in half. And pop your hook back in. And what we're going to do is we're going to join using single crochet, join all the way around to create that shape. But we're just going to start with a chain 1 just to give us a bit of height from the project. And you're going to go into that next stitch available. And then if you have a look on the other side, you're going to go into the next stitch available on the other side as well. And you are going to do increase again, just to help with that crescent shape. Okay, then you're going to go through the next single crochet and the next single crochet on the opposite side, and you're going to just do a normal single crochet this time, and again through both sides, single crochet through both sides, single crochet. So I'll just show you how you would do that in a slower version. So through the first one, then find your next available on the opposite side, go through that one, bring your yarn through. It's just the same as a single crochet, just a bit more to go through, a few more stitches to go through. So just go all the way along, joining it up, and then I'll come back when we get to the last stitch and I'll show you how to end it. Well, actually I might come back a few more before the end so we can stuff it together as well. Okay, so I've joined to there. I'm just going to take my hook out for a sec and pop some stuffing in. If you've got any yarn scraps, you can use those as well. And all you want to do when you stuff it is just push it in. You might want to use something pointy just to get it to the edge of the moon there. And again, a bit more. Nice and tight. Looking good. Okay. And then we're just going to finish off the close. So continue with that single crochet through both sides. To the bottom. Ooh, that's lucky. Nearly there. And then just on your last one, we're going to do an increase again. So 1 and 2, just to help give that crescent shape that we've got. And you know what, just because it's the end and it's a bit bulky, I'm going to do another stitch, single crochet in the same stitch. So that'll be an increase of 3 stitches there. So you can help get that crescent moon shape just by bending it yourself as well. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to slip stitch into the same stitch, pull through, snip it off, and then with my yarn needle I'm just going to sew that in. Or even better, you can create a little hook so that you can hang it. So it could be Christmas tree decoration, or it could just hang in a year-round decoration, or anything really. Hang it up in a child's bedroom. So I think that should be enough of a hook. You can make it as long as you like. And then when it's how you, the length or the, that you want it to be, you just tighten it up. So all I'm going to do is go back in like this and sort of sew this end in nice and secure, so if it's got a bit of weight on it, it won't just pull out. So sort of burying the yarn tail and at the same time creating a sturdy base for the hook. So once that's done, take out the yarn needle and snip off, and there we have our crescent moon. So all we're going to do now is create a little face for it. So if you have any scraps of black or any colour you'd like to do the face, then just grab those now. So I've got some thin black cotton yarn that I'm going to use here, and I'm just going to snip off a piece from the roll, and I'm just going to thread that onto my yarn needle and create a sort of sleepy face on the moon. So if this is the profile, you want the smile to kind of be I'm just going to go in randomly to start with, and then I'm going to point out my needle where I'd like the smile to begin. So I'm just going to map that out first of all. So there's my centre, 1, 2, 3 over from my centre. So on this side, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 over. About the same height as well. And then I'm going to come back through the same end. So there's the smile. But I'm going to come back through the same end and create the sort of dimples on the moon, if you like. So it's really up to you how you do this bit. But it gives it a bit more character if you give it a bit of a face. Makes it a bit more kawaii as well, which is kind of Japanesey cute style, which is where Amigurumi is really at its best. Okay, so there's the smile from the side. I'm going to come out this time around the top to create an eye. And I'm just going to do a sleepy eye, I think, just a line of black. Come out on the opposite side. Sorry, I was off camera then. And then I'm just going to snip off my end bits. And because it's a different colour yarn, you'll be left with these little spots, so just squeeze them out. And they'll just go inside. And then you can even do a little rosy cheek for it if you want. Otherwise, there is my very sleepy, hanging crescent moon decoration. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please comment, like, subscribe, find me on Instagram at @LMLMCrochet. You can also check out my other fun little amigurumi tutorials, and I've also got techniques as well for crochet. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye!